What's up, everyone? So I stayed motivated. I'm here for video number 2, and today we're going to be talking about my transgendered rabbit. I don't want to offend anyone. I know I probably will offend somebody, and for that I am sorry. This isn't a first I've learned, but I was like genuinely conflicted when I found out about this. So this isn't making any sense to anyone yet, but I'm hoping by the end of the video it will. So earlier this year, myself and my partner got a lovely baby animal that was a rabbit. We named her Peek. And when I went to go pick up Peek, I was letting this breeder, it was a breeder, it wasn't like some 14-year-old child at a pet shop who didn't know like left from right. Like, it was someone who was supposed to know what they were talking about. So they assured me, you know, these are the girls, these are the boys, and I was like, sweet, cool, great, I want a female rabbit. She's like, okay, here they are. So I saw our little baby lady and I was like, she's perfect, she's the one for us, done. So she was picking me up, definitely not. She was picking up the rabbit and, you know, reassuring me, yes, this is a female. Like, I asked her, like, 100%. She's like, yes. And I was like, okay, great. There were a bunch of red flags, which I'll go into, but, so lo and behold, we have our little lady. She's right here beside me eating a piece of cardboard, because that's how she lives her life. Yep, yes, okay. So, we've had her for 4 months now? How long have we had her? We got her in August.
August?
Yeah, so 4 or 5 months? Don't eat my bun.
Sure.
Okay, so 4 or 5 months. So about a month ago, she was running around. She hates being picked up on her back. She hates it. That was like red flag number 1, which wasn't that big of a red flag for this situation, but like this lady was like, oh, rabbits love being on their backs. It's their favorite. Oh, it calms them down. No, Peek hates it. She freaks out. She kicks, she scratches. It's a nightmare. So yeah, I was like, oh, lady told me that this was like what they love to do. Lies. No, not the case. She also was like, oh, like, because I was like, oh, do you have a lot of rabbits? And she was like, oh yeah, but like we're stopping. We just randomly had another like litter, so maybe after this, I don't know how it happened. I will tell you how it happened. So Sneaks was running around. I love to cuddle my rabbit. She hates being cuddled. So I went to grab her to pick her up, and I had her on her back, her favorite position ever, and there was something going on, if you know what I mean. And I was like, oh my god, she has worms. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Oh my god. So I immediately was like, and like let her go, and she was off doing her own thing. And then sitting on the sofa with my partner, and I was like, I noticed something earlier, and like I was, well, I think Peek has worms. And then he was like, what? So I was like, again, trying to hold her on her back, because at this point her little worm was not to be seen. And so I was like, oh, how do you sex a rabbit? So I was like Googling it, couldn't figure it out, and then my partner was like, well, okay. And then I was like, okay, I can't like hold her still and try to see what's going on down there, so like I'll hold her and you try to check it out. And he was like, oh, okay, well, those are definitely balls. And I'm like, no, that's like her abdomen. What are you talking about? Like, no. And sure enough, she was a boy all along. And this breeder, who has now had a miraculous new litter, obviously doesn't know her peens from her beans. Like, it was a struggle. So I was like, what do I do? Like, is she still a she? She's always been our little lady. And I'm like, oh my god, like tweaking. Like, I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. So we've decided that she will stay a girl, because that's what she's identified with. So she's just gonna stay a girl. I mean, if she could speak and she could like explain, no, I want to now identify as like my true being, which is a boy, then I'd be down with that and I'd try to curve it. But at this point, like, my partner was like, you're more upset than the rabbit is. And I was like, yes, because now like I'm going through an identity crisis for her, because I'm like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, like, we're gonna get her fixed, because we were gonna get her fixed as a female, because I had learned that I guess female rabbits have a higher chance of developing like uteral cancer if they're not fixed. And I was like, that's horrifying. I don't want that for my little lady. But now she's a boy. She's always been a boy, but you know what I mean? So it's not like as much of like a medical need as it was before. Come here. Come show yourself. She gonna hate it. Ooh, let's snatch you up and stuff. This is our little boy. Let's say hi, hi. She hates it. Let's let her live her life. Okay, bye. That was great. So yeah, so like it's not a medical need anymore, but like I know people who have had male rabbits and they're like, they get crazy. So we're still gonna fix her, but now I'm like, well, how do I, because I've consistently called her a her, so I'm like, what am I gonna do when I drop her off at the thing? Like, we want to get her fixed. Is she still, they'll be like, we only have a boy rabbit in the back, or they'll bring out a female. Oh my god, can't even. So I'm gonna have to try to get used to calling her a boy for a day and see, because otherwise they're gonna be like, this one's on crack, like what is she smoking, like she makes no sense. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Also, I'm not looking like a crazy person today because I like got myself together. So yeah, that's my story about my transgendered rabbit. She's just living her life right now. Yep, you know it. So yeah, I have a bunch of other ideas coming up. I ordered a ring light, so I'm not going to look orange. Today I'm in different lighting, but I can't always sit here. It's just not comfortable, and like, I can't work in this space. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure that all out. So I have a proper, what is this, mount coming, because this is also still a pile of stuff that I'm just like throwing my camera on top of. So we have those two issues hopefully to be dealt with soon. I have ideas for makeup stuff. I have a series I might start. So there's things in the works. I'm hoping to spit out at least 2 videos a week. I work semi-shift work, so some days I work like later in the evening, some days I work in the mornings, and in the mornings I'm more productive because I'm already awake, so I can get myself going. But on the days that I work evenings, for anyone else who works evenings, like I am not a morning person. So once I'm up, I'm fine, but getting up is a strife. So I just cannot handle it. So on the days where I work evenings, I spend a good chunk of the morning like just catching some Z's. So I don't know if those weeks I'll be able to post more, but I'm hoping the weeks that I work mornings I'll be able to do at least 3 videos a week. So that's the goal, is 2 videos, 2 to 3 a week. So we'll see, that's what we'll aim for. I'll see if I can do one kind of raw footage, which is like, I'm not planning on editing this, so you lucky guys, just waiting for this to drop. These are obviously quick and easy because I don't have to do anything to them. I did also download a editing software. I'm not even going to try to figure that out today. So as I said, this will be a raw footage, but in the future I will attempt to figure out how that works and see if I can put together something that's comprehensive. So we'll see how that goes with the rest of the stuff I'm attempting to drop this week. But for now, same old, same old. I'll see you when I see you. I don't know. And some more struggle with turning off my camera. So good times. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Yeah. Sweet. Bang. I can never figure it out.